竹野さんばかりずるいです。
Number 10. How not to summon a demon lord. It's not so much that he's a former NEET reincarnated into a video game landscape with the body of a Chad demon who can easily wipe out everyone and everything. It's more that he's got a harem that are really, well, expressive with their affections. Even if you take away the latest additions, including the busty sniper and the devout chest-blessed nun,
だからディアブロという方が神様でないのなら夫婦にならなければならないのです。
Diablo's saucy moments with Shira the elf caused the censor machine to sweep in post-haste. Thankfully, later releases ensured that you don't have to miss a moment of action. Number 9. Tokyo Ghoul. While it never quite lived up to the myth and gore of the source material, the first season was decently dark enough to translate Kaneki's tragedy after being turned into a half-ghoul. That is, when his fight scenes weren't being horrifically censored by inverting the color just to hide the excess amount of blood. These changes completely ruin the momentum of the scene, dialing back the horror to the point where it's almost laughable. Thankfully, reruns have allowed the first season to live up to its potential. Number 8. Sailor Moon. To say this franchise has a troubled history over in the West would be an understatement. While it served as a gateway anime to the shoujo genre, and many still hold it up with high esteem, there were a few glaring issues when it came to two of its primary cast. That's right, they dubbed away the gay, portraying Sailor Uranus and Neptune as cousins instead of lovers.
We can't give in yet. We've got to stay strong, Michelle.
Thankfully, redubs by Viz have fixed this problem right up.
So that wasn't a pure heart crystal. Guess we keep looking.
That's right, they dubbed the gay back in, and all the other raunchy stuff. Number 7. Terraformars. Watching the censored version of this sci-fi thriller filled with humanoid roaches isn't so much an inconvenience as it is an impossibility. Some genius thought the best way to cover up the gruesome death scenes would be to blot out 80% of the screen. These are so much more glaring than a random cut, removing all forms of tension and just come across as lazy and unnecessary. If you've always wanted to give this romp through an alien-infested Mars a go, then make sure you check out the uncensored version for maximum brutality. Number 6. Demon King Daimao. Rough around the edges, but packing the kind of power fantasy fun that would go on to define many an anime going forward, Daimao discovering his power as the prophesized Demon King, along with building a harem of many cuties, hit a few walls upon release. Mainly due to only one channel in Japan allowing it to air uncensored. Guess the refreshingly brutal bouts, giant dragon, and abundance of nudity proved to be a tad too much for everyone other than ATX to handle. Shame because it's a barrel of laughs in its unrestrained form. Number 5. Tokyo Revengers. Given how we've seen people get stabbed, beaten half to death, and take their own lives, it might come as a surprise to many that one of the New Year's golden children has actually been heavily censored. And it's all due to how the Toman gang each carry the Manji symbol on their uniforms. While its meaning and origin is radically different, it does unfortunately bear a resemblance to the swastika. Apparently, that was enough to cause studios to use weird techniques like cropping it and covering it in blinding light in every single scene. You'd think a simple disclaimer would be enough. Either way, once you watch it uncensored, it's hard to ignore such blatant cuts. Number 4. Prison School. Censoring a piece of art like this almost seems futile. After all, it's about a group of guys who have to bromance their way out of an underground school facility before getting themselves expelled by the equally wicked and busty school council. Spoilers, there's a lot of close-ups of the feminine figure. It may never drift fully into the realm of hentai, but you'd better believe the censorship machine was all over this one, complete with white lines and shadowed areas to make sure those shots remained nothing more than distant dreams. At least until you bought the Blu-ray. Number 3, High School DD. They really had their work cut out for them with this one. Oh sure, there's plenty of magical battles and lore, to some extent, but it's still filled with an ever-expanding harem of demonic ladies who refuse to be tamed by something as simple as clothing. Ergo, there's going to be a lot of exposed skin to conceal. The uncensored versions are, as expected, incredibly R-rated. But that's DD in a nutshell, and it oddly benefits from having everything on full display. 10% wholesome romance, 90% wishing we were Issei. This is the way. Number 2, Interspecies Reviewers. We'll never forgive what happened here. These aren't subtle edits made to raunchy moments. Whole scenes are left blacked out, with only the audio remaining. Granted, said scenes were so R-rated that they do defy comprehension, sexuality, and our own life choices, but still, they're an integral part to the experience. If you've seen any of the scenes uncut, you know exactly what we're talking about. Let art be art. Number 1, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. We aren't joking. You will have a completely different experience if you're lucky enough to rewatch this nostalgia bomb with the 4Kids gloves off.
On your feet. Mr. Pegasus would like to have a few words with you.
It's well known by now that there were plenty of unceremonious and unsubtle edits made to the show.
What's that?
Finger guns, dark energy discs, the demise of Dark Magician Girl's cup size, all the tropes we have come to know and somewhat tolerate.
Say hello to Dark Magician Girl!
That being said, nothing compares to watching children's card games being played out without edits, especially when it adds so much grit to the final product. Seek out the subs. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.